And then I'm going to duplicate these shapes into 6 places. So I will just simply click on Control D. Control D represents duplicate. Control D again, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, so I'll push this up a bit. Don't worry, I'm going to align the shapes to look much better. Okay, so I'm going to be highlighting all of these shapes by simply holding on Control and selecting all of the shapes. And then I go to Shape Format. On the Align section, I will click on Distribute Vertically. So it's vertically aligned. Distribute horizontally. So it's horizontally aligned, and then Align Center. Now the shapes are properly aligned. And then the next thing we want to do is insert text box. Okay, I want to insert a text box. The text box would carry the name of our KPIs. But this text box now is white in color. I don't like that, so I would want to change the color. So I'll go to Shape Format. I'll go to Shape Format. Under Shape Fill, I'll select No Fill. Shape Outline, No Outline. Okay, and then when I click on the text box, the formula bar will appear. What do I want the formula bar to display? In my sheet 1, the value of my total food production index for Canada is in B4 and the title is in B3. So I want my first text box to hold my title first, and title is in B3. So I will come back here in my formula bar. I'll simply type in equals to B3 and enter. Okay, it's not displaying. I have to check my text to be sure. What is going on? So again, I'll come here, equals to B3 and enter, and it's not displaying. Why? Equals to B3. I need to go back to see why. Oh, sorry. Of course, it won't display. Do I still have my text box here? Okay, I need to draw it again. I lost text box. I need to draw that again. Okay, and then I'll go to Shape Format, No Shape Fill, No Outline. Come here, come to my formula bar, click on equal to. I visit sheet 1. Now it's displaying sheet 1. Under sheet 1, I want to display my title. My title is B3, and then I click on enter. Yes, we've gotten that right. Okay, so I want to do same for every other box shapes for my KPI. So I will just simply Control D all of this and arrange it properly. Control D, Control D, Control D, and Control D. Arrange it properly. Control D. And just like I did before with the shapes, I need to make sure it is aligned properly. So I go to shape format, select align, distribute horizontally, distribute vertically, and then align center. Great. So the only thing I would now be doing for each text box now is changing the cell number. This would be C3. This would be ABC D3. This would be E3. This would be F3. And this would be G3. Now notice that some of the titles are not displaying equally. It's not displaying the fact that this total food production indices covers 2019 to 2020. So it means I need to adjust, format my text. I would like to reduce my font size to 8, make it bold, and make it white so it's very visible. Great. I would like to add another text box. This text box now would contain the values that we got for our KPIs. So I'm going to draw a text box here. And just like we did before, I don't want my text box to have a fill or an outline, okay? So inside my text box, I'll click inside my text box and go to my formula bar, type in equals to, go to sheet 1 and select B4. If you select B4 and you're seeing all of this information here, we don't need any of that, okay? So just take them off. You just need sheet 1, B4. So take all of this English off. It would affect your results. You just need sheet 1, B4. Okay, we don't even need the absolute referencing. It's not necessary at this point. And then we click on enter. And then we have our value. Okay, so just like we did before, I'm going to Control D this so that we have same format for every other shape that holds our KPI. Control D, Control D, Control D. Okay, and we can also ensure that the figures are well aligned. I'm going to click distribute vertical. Oops, okay. Some of them was not properly arranged. I think I would like for them to be in the middle. Okay, and down. Down. Okay, so now let's align. Shape formats, align, distribute horizontally, distribute vertically, align center. So everything is properly aligned. And we are not done. For now, we would, if this is B4, it means this guy would be C4, D4, E4, F4, and G4. Great. So we'll come back to formatting our text as we did before. come back to formatting our text as we did before. I think I like it big as it is, but I also want to make it white. The next thing I would like to include is the flag, just like I showed you in the sample. So to put in the flags, I'll just simply go to illustration under the insert section of my Excel, go to pictures from this device. The folder has some world flags that I downloaded from Icons 8. Okay, so I'm just going to be selecting all of it to insert. I would shrink all of them at once. So all I need to do is just pick them one after the other. This is for Canada. This is for Ghana. This is for India. This is for Kenya, Nigeria, and Rwanda. Same thing applies. You can also align them properly, but I don't want to spend time on that. At this point, we already know how to align. The next thing we need to do is I want to display my pie chart, or maybe let me start with the line chart first and then the bar chart, so we'll keep going. Okay, so the first section I want to have is this section that has my different line charts. So I would go back to my dashboard. I'll go back to my dashboard, go to insert. I'll be using shapes. This time around, I'm using the shape with the rounded corner. Okay, so I'll use it to draw a big rectangle at the side. At this point, if you want your rectangle to have some kind of faded picture, you can do that. All you need to do is go to shape format, shape view, picture, and then you can select some kind of picture to make your shape have it and fade it out. But that's not what we are trying to achieve today. We are making use of a very simple user-friendly dashboard. Okay, so, and I want all of my charts to fit into one screen. You don't need to scroll to see what you are looking for. Okay, so now that I have my shape, I want my shape to have no fill, but it should have an outline, and that is what I have achieved. Now I will go to my sheet 1. I'll go to my sheet 1. What are the line charts I have? The line charts I have is the sum of 2019 production indices for Canada, Ghana, India, Rwanda, and the likes. Okay, so I have for 2019, 2020, 2021. Okay, so let's just see how this plays out. I would go to insert and select line chart and select this guy right here. Okay, and select this guy right here. Oh, but this is not what. Okay, let me see. With what I have, I was quite specific. Oh, okay, that's because we did not prepare a pivot table that shows. Okay, that's for food products. My bad. Let me just quickly create a pivot table. I'll just quickly create a pivot table that displays food production for, I'll start with Rwanda. Food products, first of all, and then is going to display for 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Okay. But it's not all the food product I want to display. I want to display just the top 10 food products. So I will come here. I need to move this. I will come here where I have row labels. Okay, first of all, I need to indicate that this is for Rwanda. Okay. I click on this drop-down arrow. I will see value filters, and then I will select top 10. On the top 10, I want top 10 food produce according to the total food produce indices in Rwanda for 2019 to 2022. Okay. And then I have that extracted. I will do same for, remember I said I just want to highlight the African nations for now, just to manage time. I'll do same for Ghana. I put in food products in rows, select 2019, 2020, 2021, and 2022. Okay. And then I would filter my values for just the top 10 according to the total food produce indices for Ghana 2019 to 2022. I'll call this Ghana. Okay. I'll just come here and continue that. I insert another one, pivot table. I've done for Ghana, I've done for Rwanda. I think the next one I should face is Kenya and Nigeria. Okay. I do same. I do same. And I filter my value. I just want top 10. Value filters, top 10, according to the Kenya's food production indices for 2019 to 2022. I rename these Kenya. And then finally, I do same for Nigeria. Okay, this will give us our line charts. I do same for Nigeria. Food product, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay, and then I filter my values, close this up, filter my values for just the top 10 according to the Nigeria's total food production indices from 2019 to 2022. And then I call this Nigeria. Now we can produce our line chart. I will highlight everything I have here, go to insert, select line chart. Great. Now I'm going to move this chart to my sheet 2 because I want to fit it into the section I have made prepared to sit my line chart. I know that the yellow line is for 2022, the gray is 2021, and it goes on. So I don't want legend to display. Okay. I don't want the buttons to display. Great. Now I want to format my chart. I don't want a white background for my table. So I go to fill. I'm going to select no fill. I don't want these lines, this axis, this lines. Don't know what it's called, but I don't want it. So I'm going to select the lines and put it at transparency 100% to take it off. My text, I want it to display white, and the font is too big. I would like to make it 6. Same thing on this other axis. I want it to display white and the font size 6. Now, I don't want my axis to start from 0.0. I would rather prefer it starts from 50. So that's. Now, my line chart, I don't want all of these colors. I just want 2022 to have its unique color, which is this shade of blue. And then every other year should follow, okay? And before I proceed, I also want the lines are too wide, so I need to reduce it to be 1 point. So I'm going to go into the next line, which is the gray line. I would give it, at this point now, I'll follow different blue shades, make it transparent because they are not the bone of contention. I'm going to be using a transparency of between 60% to 75%. Okay, and then I'll also reduce my points to 1 point. Same thing with this guy. Selecting the next shade. Reduce it to 1 point and reducing the transparency also. And then same thing with this guy. I'm reducing it to 1 point and also reducing the transparency. Okay, I think this looks good. I'm going to, I don't want border lines, so no lines. That said, I'll shrink this and place it. Oh, I'll shrink this and paste it here. One more thing my chart is missing. It doesn't have a chart title. My chart is missing a chart title. Okay, still need to shrink it. So to add the chart title, I click that plus icon, select chart title, and then I'm going to be calling this Rwanda food production indices 2019 to 2022. Okay. My chart title, I would prefer it to be 0.8, bold and white. So I like how it's appearing now. I'm going to be doing same for Ghana, Kenya, and Nigeria. So permit me if I'm not talking much at this point. Just want to quickly create and format my line charts. Okay, so quickly move my chart to sheet 2. I have to scroll to find where chart got into. Be taking off the legend. I'll be taking off the buttons. I would I'll be taking off the fill. I'll be removing the lines. I'll be making text white with font 6. I'll be doing same here. Making my text white with font 6. I would be ensuring that my axis begins from point 50, 100, anyone. And then I'll be formatting my lines. It's 2022, carrying the lightest blue, and then the rest being faded out. I'm carrying different other shades of blue. One point. Point. Oops. 1 point. Fade out. Okay. I'll be adding my chart title. And this chart title is for Ghana. Food. Ghana food production indices 2019, 2022. I'll be making this white with font 8. I'll be shrinking this so it fits into my designated corner for my chart. Okay. I also did not format something. I do not want my chart to have a border line. So there we go. Okay, the next guy I will be facing is Kenya. Kenya. Quickly insert my line chart. And just like every other, I take off the legend. I hide the buttons, hide all field buttons on chart. I'll just add the chart title now already. This would be Kenya food production indices 2019, 2022. Oh, something that I haven't been adding is the top 10. Okay, so I think I might need to adjust every other title. So I'll just quickly move this. I'll move this chart. To sheet 2, where my dashboard is. Okay, so I need to fix this title 2022. I don't want no fill. I don't want no grid lines. My text, I want them to be white. And I prefer font 6, like every other one. Same thing with this guy over here. white with font 6. Here, white with font 8. Should be bold too. My lines, 2022 should carry the lightest hue. It's a 1 point width, and every other one fall in place with different shades of blue. I make it transparent with a 1 point width. With a 1 point width. That said, I now shrink in. Oh, border, no border, please. Don't want border. Oh, one more thing. This guy right here, I'm not using a 0.0. So I'm using 0.50. Okay. I will move this to fit into the area I have prepared to sit all of my line charts. Okay, so I have one more line chart to go, and it looks like my space is being moved up. No problem, you can always still shrink it. Remember, it's a visual. It's more like you're being creative. As long as you use the right colors and you create the right emphasis, from a distance, your chart will be visible. Also, as long as you use the right headlines, from a distance, your chart will be visible. So for here, I also need to indicate that this is the top 10, because this is the top 10 food produce. You can use top 5, top 8, anything you want. But while we were creating our chart, we made use of the top 10. We filtered our value for top 10. Okay, so one more country is not here, and that's Nigeria. So quickly, I would do that. I'll quickly highlight this. Go to Insert, Line Chart. Again, take off the legend, hide all field buttons. And move this chart now. Move it to sheet 2. Okay. Okay. We are being signaled to reconnect in the next 10 minutes. Okay. So I'll add my chart title. I'll fix that later. But before then, let me quickly format my chart area. No fill, no line. Font style, I'm maintaining same format. Okay. Chart title is top 10 food production indices for Nigeria 2019 to 2022, and I would like my title to have font size 8 and bold also. Now I can start formatting my lines with 2022 having the lightest blue, the lightest emphasis, and a line width of 1 point. And then the next guy having another shade of blue until 1 point and a transparency, or maybe we could leave that one like that. And then the next shade of blue with a transparency. Okay, 1 point. Then this one too with a transparency, 1 point. Great. No borderline. Now we can fit this into our chart area. We can fit this into our chart area. For some reasons, title for YAM is not showing properly, so we might need to reduce it to maybe 4 or something, or maybe shrink it further. Okay, it's displaying properly now. You can shrink this too. Great. So that said, we need to name this corner of our chart. No, not yet. Yeah. We need to name this corner of our chart. We'll call it Africa Food Production Indices 2019 to 2022 by top 10 products. So I'll be using a text box to achieve that. I'll go to shape format, no shape fill, no outline. Africa Food Production Indices by top 10 products 2019 to 2022. Okay, I will highlight this, reduce the font size to 8, make it bold, or maybe 9 since it's like a main header. Okay, and make it white. Okay, so that's it. One section is done. The next section, based on the sample we are working with, is the section that has the bar charts that compares COVID-19 production indices to the latest year, which is the 2022 production indices. So I'll quickly create that for now. I'll come back here, go to sheet 2, create, insert a shape, insert a shape. Okay, and then the shape format. No fill. Okay, I would want to be extracting the information for 2019 and 2022 separate. Either I use the sum of 2019 or I use the average. I will just make use of the sum for now. I will Control C this and just maybe paste it somewhere here, but I just want this information. And then I will insert a bar chart to this effect. I would move the bar chart to sheet 2, move it up towards my designated corner. Okay, move it up towards my designated corner. The first thing I would like to do is I want to take off the background, so no fill. I want to take off these grid lines. I don't need it. My bar area, I want to make it fatter. I want to make it fatter like this. And then I also want to format my text to be white and font 6, like I did in the previous. White and font 6. Also, for my axis, I don't want to make use of 0.0. In this case, the minimum I'm seeing here is 5,000, but I would like it to start from 0.1000, which is much better. I'll call this 2019 food production indices. Okay, and then I would make it white and give it a font 9. And then I want to highlight the highest bar. To this, I also want the label for it to be visible. Let's see the difference between 2019, the highest production indices in 2019 compared to the highest production indices in 2020. So I will add the data label. Okay, so it's my choice to make it inside end.